Hey friend, so I have a proposition for you. And it's a proposition that I think you're going to like. I think you're going to have a lot of fun with. And I think is going to be well worth taking me up on. Now, this proposition is I would love to invite you to do a 1 year manifestation experiment. And what this means is that together for 1 year, we are going to open up to the idea that manifestation is real. And what if manifestation can work for you in all areas of your life? Now, if you're a seasoned manifestor and you're like, well, Jamie, I know manifestation is real and I know I've manifested many things, here's the opportunity. I want you to look at the area of your life that doesn't feel easy, that still feels like a struggle for you, or the area of your life that you've been wanting some transformation around, or you're ready to shift your energy around it, or maybe it's you're ready to create some results that you feel like you've been struggling to create for a while. And oftentimes there's certain areas of our lives that we feel like it's easy to manifest in, or things just feel easy in these areas. But then some areas just feel harder. And what I want to invite you to do, no matter if you are brand new at manifesting or a completely seasoned manifester, I want you to implement this experiment in the area of your life that feels a little hard, or feels like you have some resistance around, or like you have been trying and not creating results yet, or you're still on the struggle bus around it. You're like, I can create things, but I struggle to do it and it feels hard. That is the area that I would encourage you and want to invite you to play with this experiment around. And I'll tell you the reason I am proposing this is because this is something that I personally did that actually is the thing that now has me a 100% believer in manifestation, right? I would say before doing this experiment, I was a semi-believer in manifestation. I believed that I was good at manifesting certain things, but there were still things that came really hard for me. And my story was, I can manifest just about anything but money. I felt like I could call and attract amazing people and opportunities and things into my life, right? Cool experiences, even houses, the homes that I lived in, right? I manifested epic things into my life, but I was still struggling with money. I was still living paycheck to paycheck. I was still in scarcity when I did have money, right? I had this fear of running out of it, and I was living from a place of scarcity. And same with business. Business was another one of those that I felt like, well, there's a lot of other things that are easy in life, but business, you have to learn a lot. You have to build a lot of skills. You got to hustle for results. You got to work long hours. You got to be super committed. And I'm not saying you don't need some of the energy of commitment in those types of things. And it's not that we don't need masculine energy in all areas of our life to make it work. It was such a great opportunity to also bring in, what if it could be easier than I'm making it out to be? And what if I could infuse the energy of manifestation and all of these amazing practices that I had used previously in my life to manifest amazing things like my house in Hollywood Hills and moving to Los Angeles and different jobs and building a business as a makeup artist and all these different things that I had done previously. I thought, what if I could use those same practices and maybe even learn more about manifestation and bring more into the areas of money and business? What if it could be easier than I think to sell? What if I could learn how to attract clients and I didn't feel like I had to manipulate things and learn all these sales tactics to make it happen? Like, what if I just experimented with this idea for 1 year that it could be easier than I'm making it out to be? What if I played with the idea for 1 year that money could come with ease. And it could come in overflow. It could come in mass amounts, more than I've ever experienced in less time than I had been putting in previously. And what if I could both make money and play in my life? What if I could have a super full life filled with all the things that I value most and make a lot of money? It didn't have to come by sacrificing things that are really meaningful and purposeful to me. And I just decided that I was going to experiment with this for 1 year. It was a what if. And the reason that I'm proposing an experiment is this. Because for me, when I proposed it even to my own brain as an experiment, it accepted it. Because it was like, well, what's the worst that can happen? We're just testing it out. We're playing with this idea. This sounds amazing. Why not? Versus like, this is how we're doing it. Because that would have triggered my ego. My ego would have been like, oh God, that's not safe. That's not going to work, right? You have to remember at that time, my brain believed still, like I had some subconscious beliefs that it had to be hard to make money and it couldn't be easy. So in order to even accept the idea that we were going to play and test out a new way of doing things, I held it as an experiment, and that made all the difference. And I have to say, holding it as an experiment changed my entire life. That year was the year that I said, okay, manifestation actually is real. I mean, I tripled my business that year. I was working less that year. All kinds of incredible opportunities came in that year that were completely unexpected, by the way. It was wild. And that was actually the year that I realized, like, I got to teach this. This is really important to teach because I saw so many people that were like me previously who were hustling for results, feeling like they couldn't do it, feeling inadequate. And I'm like, wow, so much changes when you just bring this into your life, right? Bring these practices into your business and infuse manifestation into money, into business, right? Or into any area of your life that feels hard. So you pick. But my proposition is to have you pick the area of your life that just feels like a struggle. And my invitation for you is to consider that for this year, you can put down the struggle, that it doesn't have to be so hard, right? And some of the things that you're going to have to choose to believe in order to experiment with this and in order for it to work is, what if I can do it too? What if there's nothing wrong with me? What if I'm not inadequate? What if I can have it too? What if I belong? I belong in that space where it's easy. What if I can do it too, right? That's a thought that I brought on because I used to make excuses for why other people created success. Oh, maybe they're smarter than me. Or I used to think, oh, that person's more fit than me, or whatever it was. I would make so many excuses. Oh, they're so much better at business. They had another business, right? Or they're smarter. They don't have dyslexia. They don't have ADHD, all these things. And I thought, well, they have this skill. They're much more committed than me. They're better at grammar than me, right? They're better at copywriting. Any excuse I would make. And I had to put those excuses down and decide, what if that was a misbelief that there's something wrong with me and that I'm inadequate and that I can't have it too? And I had to decide, like, I can have it. And I had to practice that mantra over and over. I too can have it. Manifestation works for me. What if I can become a master manifestor? What if I am a master manifestor? What if manifestation is real? And I just kept practicing that belief. Manifestation is real. I can manifest anything. I can manifest money. I can manifest business. I can bring it into these areas of my life. And it's okay to release the struggle. It doesn't have to be so hard. So this is something you're going to have to choose. You're going to have to choose to believe that you are worthy of it. You are ready for it. You are adequate. You are sufficient. You are amazing. You are brilliant. You are wise, and you are so ready. You're ready now more than ever, and you can do it. All right. And we're going to play around with this experiment because here's the fun thing. Just because you believe that you can, it doesn't believe that you have to know how. right? You don't have to know the how in order to manifest. The how is going to reveal itself step by step through doing this work. And I'm going to share some ideas with you on how to hold this experiment, what you're going to want to do within this experiment. So I want you to take a second to think about what area of your life you want to hold this 1-year experiment around. And the first step, as I always share, is you're gonna have to create a vision for what you want. You have to claim what you want wholeheartedly. And again, we're just experimenting. This is with a light touch, but I encourage you to really get crystal clear on what you want, right? Who do you want to become? What is the vision for this? What are some of the things that maybe you want to create around this manifestation? What is it that you want to believe? What do you want your energy to be like around this? Who do you want to be, right? If you think about the you 1 year from now, if you could jump time to 1 year, who do you want to be? Right? What do you want to be experiencing? What is different? We have to get clear on that and decide, because step 1 in manifestation is simple, but it's often one that's overstepped, and it is creating the vision. And this vision, I think some of us get tripped up on what that means because we think we have to see it clearly, or I don't know. I don't know why so many people get tripped up on this, but it's more of just like, write it down. Who do you want to be? Like, just brain dump who you want to be 1 year from now. What would be amazing, right? One of the ways that I do this is, wouldn't it be fun if in 1 year, X, Y, or Z, write it down. Wouldn't it be fun if, write all the things, right? So create that vision for what it is you want. And if you're getting tripped up on this, I want to invite you to come and work with me, because I can help you remove any blocks to desire, to letting yourself step into desire. Because if you're not letting yourself create the vision, you're not going to get there, because there's no vision to get to, right? We have to plug the destination into the GPS system of our subconscious, right? And I'm good at helping people unblock what it is that gets in the way of desire, right? And there's many different things, but if you're having trouble with this, I want to invite you to come into the money manifestation movement, join us, get coached on this, because it will make all the difference. But step 1 is create that vision for yourself, create a vision board for yourself, or whatever way works for you. If you want to just write it down, make it a checklist, make it a bucket list, write down who you're becoming and what it is that you are breaking through in this year with this 1 year manifestation experiment. Now, the next thing that you want to do is consistently connect with that vision, right? To feel excited about it and generate emotions that have you feeling excited and passionate and ready for it, right? Not longing for it from a place of scarcity of, I want this because I don't have enough now, but from a place of like, look at all that I do have and I'm so excited for what I'm becoming or from what I'm stepping into. I'm so excited about what I'm creating. The more we can get into this vision, get excited about this vision, what that does energetically for us is it fuels emotions that drive us to take action towards it, right? And that's not like hustling for it. It drives us to take natural, intuitive, courageous actions because we get so excited about the vision and we get so much desire within our system that we start going, we start moving. And Mike Dooley always says, taking action is belief in motion, right? Action is belief in motion. So you want to start just really connecting with that vision consistently. Look at that vision board, get excited about it, let it fuel you up, let it light you up, get yourself into this juicy desire and let that desire move you, right? So that would be my second recommendation, is to consistently connect with that version of you, right? Like actually create a relationship with that vision. So it doesn't mean you just create the vision and then put it on the back burner and never think about it again. You want to look at that vision consistently and make sure it's still aligned. Of course, if you don't feel any desire for it, you might want to ask yourself, is this even my vision? Is this actually what I want? Right? So yeah, create a vision that you're excited about and then let yourself get in the excitement of it and connect with it pretty often. It's great to just daily connect with it. Now, the third step, and I didn't want to, initially, I'm like, I don't want to put this in here because I don't want to sound salesy. And then I realized no, if I don't say this, it's doing a serious disservice to you. And I actually want those of you who are here to create results, right? I actually want you to create something super epic that blows your own mind where you say, oh my God, Jamie, manifestation is I can't even believe this is my life. That is what I want for you, right? And in the next year. So my third offering and invitation is to join us in the money manifestation movement. It is my 1-year program where I am mentoring you. I am coaching you. I am actually teaching you a bunch of different skills around manifestation. Because the thing is, if you don't actively practice manifestation, that's something you're going to want to do in this experiment. And being inside of the money manifestation movement is going to teach you different ways to do it. And it's going to give you monthly and daily practices that you can connect to and keep practicing, right? So it's kind of like signing up with a personal trainer, right? If you want to get fit, you can't just read online how to get fit, right? You actually have to go and practice it. You have to go build those muscles. And when you sign up with a personal trainer, the chances of you being super fit after a 1-year period are so much higher than if you're just reading about it online or just listening to podcast episodes about how to get in shape. We actually have to go and practice this stuff, right? That's the thing with manifestation. It is really building the practice of it. It's not just doing rituals. It's actually tapping into the energy of it every single day and practicing being in that energy consistently, not just the hour you're listening to this podcast, or not just when I'm doing my challenges. It really is something that you want to connect with every day and practice more and more, because this experiment won't work without that practice. You have to be intentional. You have to practice it. The year that I held my 1-year experiment, I was doing all kinds of things to build that muscle of manifestation. I had my amazing one-on-one coach. I was studying with a meditation teacher. I was reading every single day about manifestation. I was journaling. I was doing my practices. I was bringing all the things that I learned studying spiritual psychology, right? That's where I learned a lot of manifestation tools, and I brought those all back and implemented them around money and business, right? So this is something you will have to practice. You can't just decide, I'm going to do a 1-year experiment, decide today, and then kind of fall off or kind of hope that it works. You want to stay in that energy. And that's why I want to invite you into the money manifestation movement, because it's a program that I literally created to help you be in that energy on so many different levels, right? So you're going to learn different manifestation techniques that you can practice, right? It's kind of like a personal trainer. I teach you different exercises to practice, and you can see which ones you love and which ones really work for you. You work through reprogramming your entire consciousness around money, which is going to be massive when it comes to removing money blocks, right? And you also get consistent coaching with me. So you can come and ask questions. And we always say money blocks are money blocks because you can't see them usually. This is why I have my own coach. I can't see my own blocks typically, or even if I do have the awareness, I have a tough time shifting it because it's like, this is the way that I've seen the world for so long. And having someone coach me has literally made all the difference in being able to manifest. And I am the coach in there 3 times every month. So for an entire year, you're getting almost weekly sessions with me. It's personal mentorship, right, around manifestation. And I will tell you, it is worth so much more than what I charge for it, because you will implement these things. You will practice with us. You'll have a community of people doing this experiment together. And within a 1-year period, you will look back and be like, whoa, like my world has changed, right? Like I blew my own mind. So I want to invite you in there because I do not think manifestation is just a DIY practice. I don't think it's a DIY process. Can you learn some things on your own? Yes, but I have personally found that when I'm working with a mentor or a guide or someone to help me, a coach, oh my gosh, it catapults my results, right? So I would invite you to join me in there. And you can either, join the actual mentorship program where you're getting coached by me and you can come to the coaching calls 3 times every month, or at the very least, at least do the self-paced course. And I'm going to put that in the show notes because that's not something that I sell on my website. But for this episode, at the very minimum, I would at least do that, where you can go through the whole curriculum on your own. With the self-paced course, you don't get the coaching with it, but at least you will learn different tools of manifestation. You'll have an opportunity to do some tapping and reprogram your money beliefs, and you'll go through an entire curriculum that helps you reprogram your brain around money. All of this really, really matters when it comes to manifestation. So I just couldn't leave that out because I'm not going to be like, here's a little DIY. I'm really thinking, you guys, like, how can I help them get the very best results? And this is how. Now, the last thing that I want to recommend with this experiment is to really lean into faith, into trust, into belief, even when you don't see evidence. Because the secret to manifesting an unbelievable life and manifesting epic results and letting go of the struggle, the secret to doing that is you have to believe in the unseen. You cannot take your current results and your current life circumstances and decide you're going to build your beliefs off of what you currently have or what you currently see. We kind of have to reverse engineer the way that we were kind of taught to believe in things, right? So what we have to do is we have to decide on purpose what we want to believe without seeing evidence of it. We have to use our imagination to see what we're going for and create this vision for ourselves before we see any evidence of how it could work, right? Now, is this the easiest thing to do? No, it's not the easiest thing. But again, it's a practice of not letting your current reality determine what you believe. You have to believe in the unseen. And this is where faith and trust and belief come in. And the more you can cultivate those energies and those feelings and lean into those on a daily basis, the better this experiment is going to go. All right? So I am super excited for those of you who are on board with this. I can't wait to hear what you are going to experiment with this around. And I really can't wait to see what happens as an effect of the experiment as you do it. So I would love to hear from you. What is it that you are ready to manifest results around or manifest a new reality around? Where do you want to bring manifestation? And again, it's going to be an area of your life that maybe you feel powerless around or it feels like it's a struggle. I want you to bring it into this and really step into what if it could be easy for someone like me? What if it could be easier than I'm thinking? What if thoughts can become things for me? What if I just have to practice manifesting and it can work? I can create results. I'd love to hear from you as always. Come share with me. Come follow me at JamieBerman_ on Instagram and share with me what you are going to manifest. All right, here is to a year of experimenting together.